How often do we consider about what our grandchildren are going to eat? Due to overpopulation, the natural resources of our planet keep becoming scarcer and food more limited. It has been calculated that since the late 19th century, the average temperature on Earth has risen for about 0.8 Celsius degrees, with the last decade being the warmest. This might not sound a lot to you, but you have to consider that even a 1 degree rise in temperature requires a huge amount of heat in order to warm up the oceans, the atmosphere, and most importantly for plants, the land. Therefore, it's really important to find new ways of modifying popular crops such as rice and wheat in order to make them more sustainable to climate change. Plant scientists like me are trying to achieve that, but since the genome of most popular crops tends to be rather complicated, we start by doing our experiments using a plant with a much simpler genome, which is behind me, and it's called Arabidopsis thaliana. My PhD research focuses on understanding how elevated ambient temperature affects plant growth and development. I'm also focusing on understanding how these conditions affect the plant cell nuclear organization and chromatin architecture. The nucleus of the plant is the organelle which holds most of its genetic information in the form of chromatin, which is made of DNA and proteins, and helps facilitate the organization of DNA within the chromosomes. I'm also studying how these conditions affect the expression of genes which are temperature sensors. And I'm doing that using plants which we have genetically modified in order for them to express or not express certain genes. All these responses lead to plant architectural changes such as hypocotyl elongation, stem elongation, and early flowering, which are all crucial for lowering the temperature of the plant and will allow us to know which ones are the correct genetic modifications we have to apply to crops in order to make them healthier, happier, and keep with our fight against the constant decrease in food sources.